Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are all having a wonderful day today. So the first day of spring should have just passed when I put this video up, and I am so excited. I've really been working on embracing whatever season that we are in, but I am warmly welcoming spring out of winter, and I'm just so ready to be outside, be in the garden, plant some flowers, be in the sunshine, and have picnics and everything. Wear dresses. I'm so excited. So it's actually a bit chilly outside today. It's sunny, but it's quite windy and probably a bit too chilly to be wearing a sleeveless dress, but I figure I'm inside. It'll just be fine. I am very much in the mood for spring. So I'm donning my springiest dress, and let's talk about this week's sewing project. So we are going to be sewing a dress, my first spring dress of the season, and I'm so excited. I have not sewn a piece of clothing in a couple of months, and I am just so ready to do it. Currently still figuring out my sewing setup in the dining room, so we may be moving around a lot in this video just to figure out where everything can go. But without further ado, let me show you guys the pattern that we're going to be making, and then I will show you the fabric. So this is one of the patterns that I showed you guys in my last video that I posted about catching up and some patterns that I wanted to make. This is Vogue Patterns R279, and this is a vintage reprint of a pattern. That's why it's on this big piece of paper. So I'll be curious to see how it is following this. I haven't really looked at the instructions very much, but we're going to be making this view. I want to make this view, but I did not buy enough fabric. I bought 4 yards of this fabric because I wasn't sure what I wanted to make. Didn't realize I needed more than 4 yards to make this, but what I may do is order a little bit more fabric and make this long version. We'll see, but I really love long dresses, and this one just looks so beautiful. So providing that everything fits okay, we may end up going back and making it longer. But I think it's such a cute pattern. I love these little ties on the back. I believe there is a side zipper, and it is an empire waistline, which is my favorite waistline to wear. So let me show you the fabric. This is Rifle Paper Company fabric, and this is a collection that they will be releasing on their website at some point, but this is their English rose fabric, and look at this fabric. Oh my goodness, it is perfection. I have been waiting and waiting for them to release this entire collection. I love this entire collection, but they haven't released it on their website yet. So I got this from Pearl and Clover Quilt Shop. I'll link it down below, but I'm waiting to order the rest until Rifle Paper Company releases it on their website. I have a lot of plans for sewing with this particular fabric collection. I just loved this blue. I never was a blue person until just this past year. I've really been enjoying blue, and the rose print is just so lovely. So I think this is going to be perfect for a springy and summery dress. I had 2 patterns in mind on what I wanted to make with this, and this one won out because I just love the silhouette so much. So I think I'm going to put on a period drama to watch while I'm cutting this out, because I have just been so excited to watch period dramas. Springtime to me is the perfect period drama watching weather. And I just saw on Instagram yesterday that they are re-releasing Pride and Prejudice, the Keira Knightley version, back into theaters in April for the 10-year anniversary. I am so excited. I never got to see this movie in theaters. I think I was 11 at the time, and I had never even heard of a period drama at that point. So my sister and I, and maybe a couple more of my sisters, are going to go see it in theaters, and I am elated. But enough chit chat. Let's get to cutting out this fabric. I was going to maybe watch a period drama, but Rosie is resting right now, and I don't really have enough time to watch one this afternoon. So instead, we're gonna watch an old Great British Baking Show. My brother got these for me for my birthday, I believe, and I love these. This is back in the original cast of the show, and I love these so much. I've watched them so many times, but they're very nostalgic. And the Great British Baking Show is always a very springy show to me. So we'll put a couple of these episodes in and watch these. Also, as you saw, I just got these baskets, and I think they're so cute. The little scallops, So I've been keeping our DVDs in here since we don't have any streaming services. We pretty much only watch DVDs, and I needed a cute white place to store them. So I thought these baskets did the trick. So the big one is Caleb and I's movies, and then the small one is Rosie's. I kind of want to put something on top of here so it looks like part of the room instead of just baskets sitting in the corner. But I thought they're really cute. So let's get this set up and then stop procrastinating and cut the fabric out. So Rosie woke up a bit early from her nap, and she is currently finishing up the episode of the Great British Baking Show. So I don't know how much sewing will get done today, but I have my machine all threaded, and I don't think I showed this to you guys yet, but this is my new sewing machine and I love it. I made a apron with it recently. I love it. I did not realize how old my other machine was until I got this new one, and it's wonderful. So hopefully it will make my sewing projects go a little bit quicker as well. But I have my sewing machine all set up. I'm just going to briefly look over the instructions, and then we'll start working on the bodice, because I feel like once the main part of the bodice is done, the rest of the skirt is just rectangular pieces that we're gathering and sewing just big straight lines, so that should be pretty simple. So I'm just gonna look over that, and then we'll get started on making the dress. Okay, so we're starting off with the bodice front, and what we're going to do first is pin the darts here in the back and sew these together, and then trim off the excess, and then add the side pieces. So I had to do a little bit of an adjustment to the fit on this, and you can definitely tell that I'm pretty rusty in sewing. I have not done this in a while. I'm feeling very slow. We will press open the dart, and there is what it looks like from the front. You can't really see them super much. And then we are going to attach the two bodice back pieces to this front. I do believe we're going to be making a lining for this as well. So I'm just gonna press these and pin the sides together. Cup of tea is in hand, and I'm going to have to wrap up for this afternoon because Rose just got done finishing that episode of the Great British Baking Show. But we are going to try and make the back ties for the bodice. I'm going to sew those really quickly and then sit outside while Rosie plays, and I'm going to try to turn them right side out so they can be ready for when I work on the bodice next. So I'm just going to do that now, and then we'll sew probably a little bit later on this evening.
Just where it was needed, gleaming black as night, poisoned in injustice, dead
Hello, hello. So it is the next day. I think I ended the video yesterday of Rosie and I going to hang up some clothesline rope. I'm so excited to have an actual clothesline to hang my clothes out on once it gets a little bit warmer outside. But I've just spent the morning looking at this new Victoria magazine. My best friend got me a subscription to this magazine for my birthday. I've never actually had a subscription to this before, but I always look at them when I go to Barnes & Noble. So it was a lovely morning spent looking at this. And now I am ready to start working on the dress. So I did attach the lining to the bodice, but I wanted to show you guys what I did, and then we're going to attach the straps. So hoping to get a lot of stuff done this afternoon. Rosie just laid down for her nap. I'm also wearing a new sweater. I got this from Poshmark. This is a vintage Laura Ashley sweater. It's a cotton sweater and I really love it. What is with me in blue recently, but I'm very much enjoying it. I'm also wearing a vintage Laura Ashley skirt. So feeling very much like myself today. So let me get you guys set up. I'll show you what we've done on the bodice and then we'll see how much we can get done this afternoon. And I think I'm also going to listen to a record. So maybe I'll get the record started and then I'll set you guys up. Let's do that. The record of choice is Sense and Sensibility. I would love to eventually get the rest of the period drama soundtracks on vinyl, but let me just tell you, they are very, very expensive. I would love to get the Emma soundtrack and the Pride and Prejudice soundtrack, but they are upwards of $250. So maybe down the road, but for now, listen to Sense and Sensibility. All right, hopefully the music's not too loud, but here is what we have so far. I've got the straps attached and the tie strings in the back attached. So how they have you attach them to the front is when I sewed the lining in, you keep a little space here at the front. You have two little spaces where we will tuck in the strap. Now when you do this, you're going to want to make sure that the back of the dress, back of the bodice is toward the back, so that way you don't have twisted shoulder straps. So then we will slip these in, and then you're supposed to adjust where they sit. So we'll just put those in like this. Make sure they lay flat. And then I'm just gonna pin these and go try this on to see where I kind of want these to sit, and then I will be right back. So the bodice of the dress is pretty much done. I do need to understitch the lining, but I want to wait to do that to make sure the fit is okay. I had to adjust the fit on the back here. So it's a pretty forgiving fit because it ties in the back, but it was still a little too loose around the top. So I brought in the back top portion. So I kind of did this like inverted triangle down to the bottom here to just bring it in a little bit. And I think it worked, but I want Caleb to check. So I'm gonna set this aside for now. And the next thing we're going to be working on is the skirt of the dress. But I think I am going to have to make a little bit of an adjustment here because this dress has a zipper in the back. So I put the first tier together to kind of show you guys what I'm gonna have to adjust. The pattern says that you're just supposed to have the zipper right here at the top. So this would be where the bodice goes up here. And this is where the zipper would go, just so you can slip into the dress. But the waist measurement for this dress is too small. So I'm going to open this up and add the zipper down a little bit further, because right now this is for a size 28 waist, which I like a 30 to 31 inch waist. And so I cannot get this over my hips if I pull it up to put it on. If I put it over my head, it would fit. But I don't really love putting dresses over my head. I'd rather pull them up to put them on. So what I'm going to do to adjust the pattern is just take out these seams, add the zipper to the entirety of this piece, and I may try and add it to the next tier if I can. I need to see what the next tier is set up like. But even if I have just these couple of extra inches, I'll have enough room to be able to pull the dress up instead of putting it over my head. So that's the only thing I'm going to adjust here. But then the rest of the dress is pretty much just sewing straight lines and gathering stitches for the skirt. So I'll share that with you guys for So I'll share some clips of me doing that, but I probably won't talk very much, and I will try to keep the clips pretty short because it's going to be a little boring. It'll just kind of be the same thing over and over again. But that is the one thing I am doing to this dress pattern. So I need to quit chatting and procrastinating and undo all of this, and then add the zipper to this tier. We need to add some gathering stitches and then just gather and stitch for the rest of the skirt. Currently have you sat on a chair in our living room, but it is now the night. I feel like this video is going to be all over the place, but I'm hoping to finish the dress tonight. I just have not had very much time during the day recently to sew, and I'm just having to kind of get back into the habit of filming and sharing things with you guys, sharing clips. It's just been a whirlwind and I'm just not in the habit of it yet. So here we are about 7:30 at night and hoping I can just really stay focused and finish getting these skirt pieces sewn together because I did not get them sewn like I said I was going to this afternoon. But let me flip the camera around and show you Churro because he is so cozy. Look at this sweetie boy. Hello, Joe. Are you tired after a long day's work? It's so hard being a kitty, isn't it? He will be my little companion for a while. So I'm going to play some YouTube videos and let's finish this dress. So shiny. So there was the dress, and I'm so pleased with how this turned out. I feel like it was a really good project to kind of get me back into sewing. Overall, I really like the dress. I feel like it's not quite as flattering on me as I was hoping, but it's a very comfortable sundress, which was kind of what I was going for. I wanted some dresses that I could garden in and would be easy to move around in, and I feel like this dress fits that perfectly. So I decided against actually buying more fabric to make this a little bit longer because I really like the length. It's a really long midi length, which makes it really easy to wear. And I think it's just going to be the perfect dress for this spring and summer. The only other thing I don't love about this pattern is the pockets. They are so small. I will probably make the pockets a little bit bigger because my hands barely fit in the pockets. But overall, just a really simple, fun dress. I love the ties in the back. I feel like it adds something to an otherwise pretty simple dress. So there you have it. there's my little sewing video. I hope you guys all enjoyed watching it. So with all of that being said, I am going to end the video here. If you did enjoy this video, please let me know in a comment down below. I always love reading them. And I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. And I will talk to you guys in the next one. Mwah.